I'm here in Bleasdale today, walking the Fair Snape Parlick route, which is just ahead of me at the moment, and it is the UK's hottest day of the year in 2020. So far, that is. Depends when you're watching this video. We might have a very long, hot summer ahead of us yet. As you can probably tell from the sound quality on these videos, there is a bit of a breeze today, which is good, because I was out yesterday mountain biking and there was no breeze whatsoever, and it really did feel like the hottest day of the year. Today is topping that in terms of temperature, but because of the breeze, it feels pretty cool. So it's a good day to come out here, do some walking, and get the sun hat out of the wardrobe once more. Walking through that farmyard back there, you always second guess when you come to things like that, because the whole yard was full of sheep and I wasn't quite sure where the footpath went because the signs weren't there either. Luckily you just went straight through the farmyard. I mean, not a problem, but you always wonder about walkers who might leave the gate open. It'd be quite easy for those sheep just to escape back onto the track. Anyway, we've made it through the farmyard now and we are coming to what is possibly the steepest hill in the whole of Bowland, or it seems like it to me anyway. It's about 3/4 of a mile straight up the side of a valley. I really do hate doing this part of the walk. I hate to say it to anyone who's coming on the half day or day walk that I'm running through Bowland Forest, but this is without a doubt my most hated bit of all of it. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it really fast because I'm going to time lapse it, and I think that's probably the best way to get up it, so I'll see you in a second. We've made it to the top of this really very steep hill. For yourselves it was probably about, what, 25 seconds? For me it was about half an hour, so it's quite a steep hill, but we're up on the plateau now and we're going to head over to Fair Snape Fell, which is that fell just in the distance behind me. We've still got a bit of climbing to do, but it shouldn't be too bad. It does feel good to be on top, and there is a very good breeze up here as well, but it's been so hot climbing up here. As you can probably hear on the camera, it is quite windy up here. Now, that's a slight problem I've had with my Hero 7 from the start, to be honest. That's what I'm filming on, is my GoPro Hero 7. Down in the valley I was on my phone, and I think I'm probably going to have to swap back to that. Although the footage off this camera is incredible, it does pick up quite a lot of wind noise, even when it's not that windy. Like today, there's a light breeze, but it really does pick up a lot of that wind noise. It's a shame, because the footage is incredible, but you watch it back sometimes and you can't even use it, because all of a sudden a gust has picked up just like then, and I can assure you the audio has probably gone. Such a shame. I might have to swap back to my phone, but nonetheless, the footage is incredible and it does do some amazing things, this camera. There must be something you could do about that wind noise, surely. You probably won't be able to see on the camera, but behind me is a pool just hidden in the peat up here, and it's full of dragonflies. It's a rarity sometimes that you see dragonflies. They're not everywhere, they're not that common to see, and it's just so nice to see them up on these moorlands. They are incredibly wet. In fact, you can see, because if you look further down there, there's another pool as well. There's one back there. It doesn't seem to matter what the weather is doing up here. It's so wet all the time. And that's clearly brilliant for the dragonflies that live up here as well. It's so open to your own interpretation walking around here, because this is a relatively well walked route. Looking online anyway, you can kind of see a lot of people do walk it. It's pretty common to do Fair Snape, Parlick, not necessarily from this direction though. But because I'm on the open access land, there's no footpath to follow, there's no signs. You kind of just head for wherever you're going to. I mean, this is a prime example right now. You know, you look around me and there's a vague trail and a few footpaths, but realistically I could go left, I could go right, I could go wherever I wanted to. But the problem is with that is that obviously if you don't know where you're heading to or where you're going, or more when you're in poor conditions, navigation can be difficult up here, and you've really got to have a good idea of where you plan on going before you set off onto the open access land. Today I'm kind of just heading for Fair Snape and making sure I know the route for when I come back and walk this in a few weeks' time, but I could see how it'd be so easy to get lost up here. Now this is something I wasn't expecting to find up here. It's a turnstile gate. Now, obviously this is open access land, but I suppose you forget that different farmers will own different sections of this. Certain parts of this, of Bowland Forest, are owned by United Utilities, who are a, company. They provide electric, water, all that sort of thing, mainly water, I believe, although I'm not too sure. They own some of this land up here, so obviously it will still be divided up, but because it's open access land, there's plenty of styes, and you see them often in the fencing. You'll suddenly get a stile that will just go across the top of some fencing, and there's never really barbed wire on the top either. I'm not sure whether that's because they think you're probably going to try and climb over it, or there's another reason for it. I don't know, but yeah, always interesting to know. At the top of Fair Snape Fell. What unbelievable views, and I can see just down to Parlick down there, and that's where we're heading next, all the way along that ridge and then dipping down back into Bleasdale. It's just spectacular up here, it really, really is. So, thought I was up here all on my own, sat down at the tree point munching on some bourbons, when a woman comes up behind me out of nowhere, and, oh, bloody horsefly. Woman comes up out of nowhere, and she's got a slight speech impediment, so I couldn't quite understand her. But she was basically asking me where she was. She thought that she was on Parlick, which is down there. This is Fair Snape. And looking at the route she had on the map, it was a long way off track. Fair Snape's around about 100 metres higher than Parlick as well, so she'd walked a bit further than she needed to, but anyway, I've sent her on her way, and hopefully she won't get lost again. It really is easy to get lost up here, as I was saying, because there's no real established footpaths. I mean, this is a trail that I'm on now, but they're so vague that really, if you haven't got a clue of where you are, it's very easy to get lost. That's it, we've made it to the top of Parlick, which was the second fell we were going to climb for the day. Oh, it has been an incredibly warm day today to come and do this, but luckily the breeze, well, to be fair, it's actually been a very strong wind across some of these ridges, has made it a bit more bearable. The views up here are just extraordinary. The camera won't pick it up properly while I'm here, but it's unbelievable. And this is just on my doorstep. I'm very lucky to live here, let's put it that way. Thank you for watching the video today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do like and subscribe to see more things like this. This video is a bit of a coincidence really, because I had to come walk this walk anyway, so I thought, you know what, I'll bring everyone along for the ride. I'll see you next time.